This is Manin Rabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatupula. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold Naka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Pro Resort and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Wotoka. I like Gold FM, but only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate. This is FBC News. Tonight, Fiji Sevens coach Ben Ryan talks about possible squad for Rio Olympics. Fiji ranks second in the world for diabetes deaths. A new consumer helpline launched to help the Fijian public. Vodafone Fiji Sevens coach Ben Ryan has today revealed he has decided which 13 players will be travelling to the Rio Olympics. The English mentor says he is likely to go with a tried and tested team, but there could be a surprise or two when the final team is announced on Saturday. Varshnil Prasad reports.
With 2 days to go before the much-awaited team naming takes place, Coach Ben Ryan taking the final boxes as his men go through a torrid session at the Sand Dunes.
I'm almost there now, really. We've got a couple of sessions left. We'll train this afternoon and 2 on Friday. Sit the boys down on Friday night and tell them if they're in or they're out, and then the team will officially get named Saturday night by the Prime Minister. So I think probably in my mind I've been pretty sure of the group now for the last few days, really.
FBC Sports understands players such as Osea Kolnisau, Leonena Karawa, Savena Darawada, Joshua Tuisova, Chasa Veremalua, Jerry Tuai, Vatemo Ravavo and Semi Kunatani have all booked the spot. But Ryan is not ruling out the possibilities of revealing some surprise names during the announcement on Saturday.
The likes of Alathreti Vaitakani and Sevu Modhanathangi, Mosi Mulavoro, those guys that have been on the edges have really put in some outstanding weeks training. A couple of people have said to me Nemani Nangusa had to double take when they saw him. They weren't sure it's the same man, because he's really trimmed down and he's got himself in good shape.
One man who all of us know will be in Ryan's exciting list is skipper Kolonisau. The captain reveals the players are waiting for tomorrow night when their coach tells them who has made the cut and who goes home.
There's a lot of laughter, there's a lot of jokes going around, boys giving shit about each other, but when it comes to training, it's all about competition, and the boys know what's up for grab, and it's been really good.
The hard work doesn't stop here for these players. It's not over yet for the players. Coach Ben Ryan says they will go through 2 more training sessions here before they fly off to Rio Olympics. Varshnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Fiji has the second highest death rate in the world from diabetes, according to the World Life Expectancy Diabetes Report. Minister for Health and Medical Services Chonio Somate says this is shocking. Sainiani Boiler reports.
The World Life Expectancy Diabetes Report is updated daily from the World Health Organization. It has revealed that Fiji is ranked second in terms of deaths from diabetes, which accounts for 147 of every 100,000 deaths in the country. That rate is only exceeded by Mauritius, which recorded the highest at a rate of 173.6 per 100,000 deaths. The health minister says that this statistic's early detection of diabetes is one of the answers to lowering the death rate.
That statistic that we have about diabetics it's a shocking statistic. It's not the kind of record that we want. The kind of record that we want is when Fiji wins the Olympic gold medal in Swan Sevens. That's what we want. But this one, it's very important for people to realize that diabetes is something that is not addressed in the hospital. It has to be addressed beforehand.
Usamati says they're also trying to create an environment in which people start to follow a healthier lifestyle.
It's done at home, it's done in societies. All of us are beholden. We have to make sure that we teach our families, that we eat the right kind of food, all of these kinds of things to stop this from happening.
He says the government is trying to do its bit, by taxing sweet beverages with high sugar content.
Usamate adds the health ministry is doing its best to provide for better medical services to the people of Fiji. He will visit the hospitals in the Western Division next week. Sainia Nimbuela, FBC News.
Fijian peacekeepers remain on high alert in South Sudan with a ceasefire now in place. Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Siti Veningilio says they've been in constant communication with their officers on the ground and are assured that they are safe. Heavy gunfire began on Sunday between opposing military forces in Juba, which led to the death of hundreds of people, including 2 UN peacekeepers, both Chinese nationals.
In contact as well with our military and police liaison officer advisor at the Office of the Permanent Representative of the UN, Colonel Ngandai, and also our High Commissioner to Ethiopia, former military commander Tiko Itonga, is also in the loop as well, working behind the scenes in regards to the safety and well-being of our policemen and military officers there in South Sudan.
27 Fijians from the RFMF, Fiji Police Force and the Fiji Corrections Service are currently in South Sudan under the UNMISS, the United Nations Mission in South Sudan. A police investigation into photos gone viral on Facebook depicting 3 men who appear physically abused and in one sequence restrained continues. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Siti Veningilio has reiterated that the photos were taken in 2009 and are in no way linked to the current nationwide Operation Davuraka.
I won't be able to give you an update, but I can assure the people of Fiji that our investigations are ongoing. And we'll make a release once we gather all the information that we can from the investigations that we are doing right now.
Davuraka is a joint operation of police and the Royal Fiji Military Forces, which since in June has seen the confiscating of hundreds of thousands of marijuana plants and multiple arrests. Consumers now have access to a toll-free number to lodge complaints about products and services. Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum launched the helpline number today. He said it's designed to provide an avenue for all Fijians to raise grievances and receive a timely response. Kelly Vadala reports.
The toll-free number 155 can be used across all 3 telecom networks nationwide for consumers to raise their concerns with Consumer Council.
It does bring about a number of discipline within the consumer framework that is missing so far. It's very important that consumers need to know that when you are given more rights, you need to ensure that you also have a particular level of responsibility. So please don't use this.
Consumer Council Chief Executive Pramila Kumar says the recent reduction in VAT provided a major issue for the council.
The helpline will also assist the consumers to lodge complaints and to seek advice, particularly if the duty reduction or VAT reduction is not passed on to consumers. The National Consumer Helpline, it simply means giving consumers an opportunity to make that call from anywhere, at any time.
Head of Vodafone E-Commerce and Corporate Affairs Shailendra Prasad says they are participating in the hotline scheme as an assistance to consumers.
See the importance of providing this kind of consumer helpline in terms of a convenient communication as well as a redress mechanism for consumer issues.
The Consumer Council says the helpline will be a relief for people outside of urban areas who find difficulty in raising issues at the council office. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
22-year-old Levi Ratumbua has been sentenced to life imprisonment for the murder of 27-year-old Matthew Mbakani 3 years ago. Judge Salesi Temo says the accused was reckless in causing the death of Mbakani. In January 2013, Ratumbua and the deceased were drinking together when he repeatedly stomped and kicked him several times after an argument. Ratumbua will have to serve a minimum jail term of 15 years before parole might be considered. Coming up on FBC News, traffic stakeholders meet to discuss road safety. And TFL records yet another healthy profit. Stay with us.
And I love listening to TFM rocks. My name is Freddy. I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah. I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Mulamila. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. With 105,000 vehicles on the road in Fiji, a number of government agencies have held a traffic stakeholders discussion. It's centred on the need for more collaboration between various departments when it comes to vehicles and traffic. Maggie Boyle with the story.
Over the last 10 years to date, 586 Fijians have died on our roads in vehicle accidents.
When one fails, all fails. And the police at the receiving end of all that. It's not that I'm starting to complain here, but that's the reality of it.
Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Sitavan Ngiliho setting the focus for deliberations among stakeholders. Director Traffic SSP Mishra says while there is a need for better cohesion, there are also practical matters they want resolved.
For example, we're talking about stray animals. Example of medical reports and other documentation reports that are required from relevant authorities in assisting in our investigation. That's one. Secondly, what we want to achieve is collaboration.
The Land Transport Authority estimates that come 2020, there will be more than 140,000 cars on our roads. With this number, National Director for NCDs, Dr. Ismaili Tukana, is adamant more effective processes will be in place.
Education is becoming a big issue, educating pedestrians and also drivers on how we can continue to empower them.
Deliberations here will focus on working effectively together, a more collaborative effort in the hopes that we will have safer roads for everyone, with the current road death toll sitting at 27 compared to 33 for last year. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
A 12-member delegation from Fiji has been selected to take part in the Global Leaders Youth Program to be held next year. Permanent Secretary for Youth and Sports Alison Burkle says the young people will join 240 others from 10 countries for orientation and training in Japan. They will then board a ship which will tour some Pacific nations. She says once the ship is in Fiji, the young people will participate in various activities such as a peace and education dialogue, youth empowerment and international cooperation.
28th of January, they're expected to board the ship in Yokohama. The 33-day voyage will take the group to Vanuatu and then to New Zealand. From there, the ship is expected to arrive in Fiji at Suva on the 17th of February for a port of call, and where activities will be run until the 20th of February 2017.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports is also welcoming expression of interest from villagers who are within the 30 to 60 minutes travel time from Suva to host a youth delegation next year on Sunday the 19th of February. Telecom Fiji Limited handed over $10 million as dividends to its parent company, Amalgamated Telecom Holdings. As Savaratambo reports, TFL has recorded another year of profit after tax, depicting a year-on-year growth on profitability of 12%.
The profit margin for the 2014-2015 financial year is a remarkable achievement, according to TFL.
Strategically, the performance of Telecom Fiji is in line with its 3-year business plan prepared in 2014, for which the company will continue its pursuit for business growth and adding more value to its shareholders.
Telecom Fiji is looking at venturing into other service areas as well.
Last year we looked at Kiribati, so that we've acquired that business and turned it around within the space of a year, so that's a good result. But some of these other businesses we are looking into will require from the ATH operating companies, much of the skills, the expertise and the know-how that you will develop.
The company has also confirmed that cable connectivity is of high demand from other Pacific countries, but ATH says resources are not available as yet to provide this. Saboira Tambua, FBC News.
The Northern Development Programme stands ready to assist rice farmers in Vanua Levo as government's rice revitalisation programme continues. The NDP has so far assisted over 50 rice farmers, and with the allocation of $1.5 million in the 2017 budget, it's willing to help more. Eleanor Tarangaivu with this report.
Riketi in Madhuwata is the main rice farming area in Vanua Levo, with endless fields of rice planted under government's revitalization program. Northern Development Program Manager Waisile Tuindama says while a lot has been pumped into the program, progress from rice farmers seem to be slow.
Over the years, government spent a lot of money to develop rice farmers, and we are not getting the results. So probably the focus now is bringing in new technology, new machines, harvesters, planters to increase rice production here in the north.
The Northern Development Program focuses specifically on helping micro and small business enterprises to boost the economy in Vanua Levo. Tuindama says under the program, rice farmers can be assisted through the purchase of farming implements and machinery.
We can help individual rice farmers to purchase hand push machines. I think we've funded about 55 such machines in Riketi. Probably also if there are some farmers, a collective of farmers, a group of farmers wanting a more expensive machines will probably assist.
Initially, the Riketi Rice Project had a total of 680 hectares of developed rice with 221 farmers. Now the number of farmers has dropped to 153, mainly due to land issues and rural to urban migration.
Some of the problems, drawbacks we encountered was the aging of farmers. Farmers' children have been educated, they've gone to universities, they are now working. And when you visit the farm, it's only the old men there with the... So that is why probably is the declining in the rice industry.
Government is serious in increasing our rice production to arrest the huge import bill of $40 million a year, which is approximately 30,000 tons of rice that we import annually. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Population aging is one of the dominant trends in the 21st century, and Minister for Women Rosie Akbar says Fiji is no exception. Akbar is attending a regional forum on population aging in Thailand. She says the process of population aging is also affecting socio-economic development, which often leads to gender discrimination among older people, especially women. Statistics provided by the minister reveals that females in their 60s are still doing an average of 24 hours of household work per week, while those in the 70s perform an average of 14 hours per week. The minister says more programs will soon be developed in Fiji to promote early onset planning so that younger generations can start planning more wisely for their old age. Sports is up next, and here's Jamie with a preview of what's coming up.
Nakazaki, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, we have more from the Fiji Sevens training run at the Singatoka Sand Dunes today. And former Fiji netball star looks a certain bet for Fijiana for the Olympics. We'll have this and more after the break.
आपको खरगंगा के रंजिला का नमस्कार। रेडियो फिजी की सुंदर सुंदर यादों का खजाना एकदम बचपन के दिन याद करा देते हैं।
हमारा नाम जोनी नायडू है, हम रहता है मलोलो में और हम टैक्सी ड्राइवर है। हम सब टाइम अपन टैक्सी में रेडियो फिजी सुनता प्रोग्राम।
हम सिंगाटोका के हैं, हमारा नाम है रोजी। हम लोग यहाँ पे रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता है।
राम राम, मैं रेमस प्रसाद बोलता हूँ, तब में कोई रहता हूँ। मैं जब भी सुना रेडियो फिजी 2 ही सुनता हूँ।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
It was a fourth visit for the Fiji Sevens team to the sand dunes in Singatoka today. While the players who have been in camp for the last 4 weeks anticipated another grueling session, France-based Joshua Tuisova made his debut at the unforgiving sandhills this morning. Vaishnav Prasad tells us how that went.
Struggle was real for fit-looking Joshua Tuisova, who made his first visit to the sand dunes with the Fiji Sevens side.
This is the first time I run here in this sand dunes, but it's not easy. It was pretty hard. Yeah, I'm going to try to prove my fitness.
skipper Hosea Colnisau also revealing what Tuisova felt like before hitting one of the toughest terrain in the country.
When he woke up the first hill, he just started telling the opposite, it's tough. I said, hey, that's nothing. We haven't even warmed up now. And I think after warming up, he said, now I know why they say sand dunes is tough.
Coach Ben Ryan is keeping a close watch on him and believes Tuisova has done well so far.
He was a little bit thrown, I think, by the intensity, because it hits you straight away as soon as you have to walk up here. That's that first dune gets everyone, and so he's had a bit. I didn't want to overdo his workload. In training, he's gone well.
For this robust wing, this training will not stop him as he is giving it his all to make it into the final squad.
It's the main thing. If I'll be in the 12-member squad, I just need to win the gold medals for the Rio Olympics.
For Tuisova, it may be totally different from the training for his club, Toulon in France, but at the end of the day, it's all for his beloved nation. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The TFL Fijianos also had an intense training session at the sand dunes this morning. Women's coaching director Chris Cracknell says he just needs to decide on 2 more players before naming his 12 on Saturday. Vashnil Prasad reports.
6 months into playing rugby, and former Fiji netball captain Matila Wanganindrola has already been impressive in her quest to make the team to the Olympics.
Never felt nervous like this before. This week has been really nervous for me, especially leading up to the naming.
It will be another milestone achievement for the former Fiji netball skipper if she makes the cut into the final team.
It's about Olympic. I know this is my only chance. Just before I finish off my sporting career, I don't want to sit back at the end of this and say, I should have put my interest to Fiji rugby.
The lanky player has also impressed her coach.
She's soared like that. Her fitness levels are through the roof. She's near the top of the fitness test now, which for her has been a big challenge to come in.
These players have one more day to prove themselves.
90% there. There's 2 names up, two slots up for grabs, and obviously the 13th player.
Just like their male counterparts, these females want to create history in Rio and bring back a medal. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Nananga rugby side faces Malolo in the lone match of the Skipper Cup competition tomorrow. The game kicks off at 3 p.m. at Lawanga Park in Singatoka. In matches on Saturday, Vatukola hosts Lautoka at 3 p.m. at Theodore Park. Nandi battles Suva at Prince Charles Park. Madawata takes on Naita Siri at All Saints Ground, while Namusi will host Northland at Thompson Park in Navua. Defending champions Nandrunga leads the competition with 35 points after 9 rounds. The Fiji Amateur Boxing Association looks forward to having more certified coaches at the end of the week-long International Boxing Association Star 1 course. The program underway in Suva will also help coaches better understand the rules that govern the Amateur International Boxing Association. FABA President Manasa Mbaravilala says it is about time our coaches get up to speed with the latest rules of the sport.
Accreditation is key on our objective is to get the coaches and the referee and judges accredited so that they understand the new rules that govern boxing, and also that they're able to teach so that when they're teaching students, they're applying the rules, the correct rules, not something that they've learned 20-30 years ago as boxers.
The program ends on Saturday. That is your sports for this evening. Jack is up next with business.
An increase in the price of fuel was announced today by the Fiji Commerce Commission. The price increase is attributed to rising global demand for fuel, a weakening of the US dollar, and supply disruptions in global distribution channels. The price of motor spirit has risen 10 cents from $1.67 to $1.77 per litre. Premix has risen 9 cents from $1.52 to $1.61. Kerosene has risen 16 cents from $1.24 to $1.39, and diesel has risen 15 cents from $1.24 to $1.39. There are also rises in the prices of LPG for the third quarter of 2016. A 4.5 kilogram cylinder has risen by 10 cents from $11.51 to $11.61. A 12 kg cylinder has risen by 26 cents from $30.70 to $30.96. Bulk LPG rises by 2 cents from $2.17 to $2.19, and auto gas by 1 cent from $1.45 to $1.46. It was another settled day with mostly sunny skies across Fiji. The southeast winds is likely to bring about a chilly night, so stay warm. Temperatures were pretty much the same everywhere. Lambasa was the warmest at 32 degrees, whereas the rest of the centres were cool in the higher 20s. For tomorrow, the sunny conditions is expected to continue under hazy skies. And looking ahead to Saturday, expect sunny skies with occasional showers, so be sure to take your umbrellas while heading out to watch Skipper Cup. At sea, southeast winds gusting up to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. And recapping the main stories for tonight, Fiji Sevens coach Ben Ryan is now counting down to the naming of his team for the Rio Olympics. Alarming stats as Fiji is ranked second in the world for diabetes deaths, a new consumer helpline to help the Fijian public. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. This week's question we are asking, can the Fijiana win gold at Rio Olympics? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Good night.
Alango Katonesia Tugotua, Omonia Saurara. Although we will take you on a TV and a market tawa. Although Talitana Warrona Bula FM and Namandu and Sir.
Pulamana Vici, Nadango Palacio Materia, one of my Nanan Bula Tabiuni, Ausatuga Nandi, and the Talitaina Warrongo and a Bula FM. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 and Seri.